Okay, hi everybody. I'm Molly Knight Ford, founder of the Awareness School, and I have Celeste Palmer with me, who just took the Practical Awareness course, which is an 8-week live course. And the Awareness School offers a lot of, do-it-yourself courses, but this one happens to be a live one that my husband Sean and I meet with the group, and sometimes we have other teachers working with people. So I want to welcome Celeste. Thank you so much for doing this testimonial, because it helps people a lot to hear, live from someone, how they experience. But just first of all, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Celeste, and I'm an astrologer, and I'm also I'm a meditation guide and an integrated breakthrough coach. And so I work with the unconscious mind to cultivate awareness and to release emotions from the past for conscious creation.
Great. So you're doing spiritual work with people, helping them through modalities that you do. And I think we met first out of this sound healing, and then you came on our retreat in the summer. So, it was an immersion. So I think then the practical awareness you took this fall. So I just want you to tell us, what you liked about the class, what it offered for you.
Okay. So, yeah, I've kind of been on a spiritual journey for quite a while. And so I've explored um, tons of different meditation techniques and different spiritual tools. What I loved about this is, it says it in the title, it's practical awareness. And so, especially, I feel like today there's just so much stimulant and there's so much information, especially for somebody who's looking for a practice for grounding and for cultivating awareness and really connecting with themselves. What I loved about this approach was how practical it was. And it really, again, I've explored all sorts of tools. It was very grounding for me. And it really helped me to just like pull everything that I've learned together, but from a new approach. And I definitely noticed I noticed a shift within myself throughout the course of the 8 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're not a beginner. You've
No.
been doing, and so it gave you a lot to work with, to sink your teeth into, like practical, meaning, every week we're giving exercises for you to go out and practice, and then come back and, sort of give your observations. So that's how our course works. And I think people come back. The meetings are important, and that component where everybody comes and shares is so, and you were so great when you shared so many of your experiences, and the homework and the meditations. Good. So how did it help you?
Ooh, oh man. So, how did it help me? I feel like the energy right now in the world is heavy. And for me personally, it gave me a tool that I could go to every single day to help me like come back to my center, come back to myself, disengage from whatever chaos was happening around me, and then go back out into the world in a more grounded place. I felt like I had more control. Um, Awareness 100%. Like I was so much more aware of my surroundings. I was more aware of what was happening within me because of my environment and because of the awareness that I was cultivating through this practice. I was able to make more conscious choices that better supported me in my life in general.
Yeah, I hear that often. And I mean, because we're focused on how to really observe oneself, which is hard to do, you have to have a certain level of attention, awareness to lead into that. And it's really the whole premise. And I think that folks need to understand that we go inward as the course goes on. It's 8 weeks, and by the time you've gotten through the 8 weeks, you start to understand where the negative emotions may be coming from, where the tension within oneself, where that initial impulse comes from. Yeah, good. So if you were, let's ask it this way. Why would you recommend this class to people?
Yeah, I think a practice like this, and specifically this class. So you did mention like we get together. So it's self-led, but then once a week we got together, and in the getting together, it allowed me to like externally process some things, and somehow it just like things clicked because I had the support in a live session with other people who were also doing the work. So that was really important. I think that this type of work, especially today, is imperative because we are going through major shifts here on Earth and the energy is heavy. There's lots of opinions and polarities. So there's a divide. And I think that this work is just important because not only does it connect us with ourselves and it gives us a tool to, again, like ground ourselves, a practical tool to ground ourselves so that we can go out into the world and be more mindful, be more aware of ourselves, how we're projecting ourselves out into the world, the way that we're reacting and interacting with each other. I think that practices like this and this specific practice, which I have found to be one of the most valuable tools that I've come across in my spiritual journey, which has been a journey. I think it's imperative because we are experiencing so many shifts and it's time for a change. And this is a way for us to connect not only with ourselves, but once we're connected here, we can go out and better connect with our brothers and our sisters and our neighbors and our friends in different communities.
Yeah, we got to take responsibility, and then when we know ourselves, we can accept ourselves, then we can, reach out and connect with others. I agree. It was great having you on the course, and we run this course several times a year. And so go to awareness-school.com to find out, more about when we're going to offer it. And thank you, Celeste, so much for coming on board here and giving your testimonial. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you for everything, Molly.
You're welcome.